So every time you watch a motivational video or a movie that's really inspiring, you promise to yourself that this is the time you are going to change everything now, not tomorrow or next week or next year or anytime else. It's going to be freaking now. You're already imagining how awesome your life is going to be. Everything you have ever dreamed of is happening one after another. You're about to close that gigantic deal while chilling on your private jet. But to achieve that, you realize that you should be making a lot of money. That kind of life doesn't come cheap. But to make a lot of money, you have to invest. That's where the problem starts. The stock market seems too complicated, and you will be competing against giant corporations who have thousands of people to work for them. You will not stand a chance, right? Wrong. That's just a myth. Thanks to the internet, the world has never been as open as it's today. Most of the information that you need is available online. All you need to do is to use them. Financial statements, all the latest news, financial analysis all over the internet for the most companies. So the challenge isn't the availability of the information, but rather knowing how to use them. In fact, you can outperform some big companies if you invest in a niche that you are really good at. Remember that the market is big enough for everyone, so don't let the myth of not having enough information to stop you. But what really prevents most people from investing is that they believe that investing is like gambling. And that's not really accurate. Of course, it's gambling if you invest without really understanding how the game works, because you're just depending on luck. But the stock market works in a logical way that can be understood and be predictable a lot of times. Of course, you can't for sure know what will happen the next minute or the next day, but there are certain patterns that can either drive the stock down or up. If the company announces that they have just invented a game-changing technology, the stock most likely will rise, at least for the moment. But if it announces bad earnings for the last quarter, some investors might pull out, and that can drive the stock down. That's just one example of how it could be predicted. At the end of the day, it's a game that can be learned. But some people still find it too complicated, and they believe that hiring a professional to invest on your behalf is a better option than investing on your own. It's true if you don't understand how the system works at all. Although that they are professionals, remember that these hedge funds are businesses that are trying to maximize their profits in every single way that's possible. So their first priority is to make themselves richer, not you, even though that they will tell you that your interest is all what they care about. First of all, they will take a big share of your profit for their service, since they are professionals. It would make sense if they outperform the market to get you some really cool returns, but in general, you will get the average return, if not lower than that. If you're serious about investing, it's way better to learn it and do it on your own. On the top of that, you will have more control over your money, and there is no one who cares more about money than yourself. What prevents also a lot of people from investing is the idea that you should have high IQ in order to invest. Obviously that helps and it could be an advantage, but in reality, that's just a myth or an excuse to make yourself feel good about yourself that you're not investing. Of course, if your IQ is so low that you can't even learn the basics of math, in that case, investing isn't for you. But in general, investing is a skill like a language, and since you're watching this video and understanding it, you are capable of learning a new skill. Remember that there are plenty of smart people who don't know how to invest. In fact, history is filled with examples of really smart people who were really poor. So never let this misconception to stop you from achieving your financial goals. In short, these misconceptions are there to prevent you from investing, so don't be fooled by them. And now it's your turn. What do you think? What is the biggest misconception that is preventing you from investing? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, make sure you hit the like button if you have enjoyed this video, subscribe and click the notification bell if you don't want to miss the next video. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.